Alright, we are back, and the tournament will be starting in about 20 seconds. Yeah, I'll be doing live commentary for this tournament, so yeah, if you're not playing, then yeah, you can still watch, most certainly. I'm not streaming on a delay, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Like, if you want to cheat, there are better ways than to, you know, watch some washed up FN comment on his moves, so let's see, you know. Don't think that would be an issue. Just got more requests to join the team. Yeah. Sorry if you're late, but unfortunately we've waited, I think, more than enough time. And yeah, if you're a bit late, then perhaps you'll get a buy in the first round. You get a half-point buy. So, yeah. Not too much I can do in that respect. There's another person joining. Okay, so we have a pretty standard London here. And in the meantime, I will have to approve some more joint requests. Next time, please do me a favor and join before the start of the tournament, because that helps a lot. It really does help a lot. Yeah. Because if everything just left to the last minute, it just gets quite messy. So if you do it way in advance, that would be the best, really. Okay, so we have a pretty standard London here. Okay, it's Kevin. He probably should win his... I'll say he probably should win his first round game quite easily. But we'll see. The opponent's playing very solidly. No. Okay. So the queen is forced back because otherwise b2 is hanging. So yeah, I think black's position is looking pretty nice at this moment. But still needs to find a way to make progress. Now, usually the way they do it is to go for some sort of b5, b4 at some point, which I think would make a lot of sense given the fact that white queen is just literally stuck on c1. So, I don't know, maybe move the queen somewhere to a5 and then push the b pawn. Yeah, that could be interesting. Anyway, let's go back and see if there's anything else that's more interesting. This game's gonna take some time, so yeah. Alright. So we have some more people who are late. Unfortunately, that will mean you'll get a half-point buy in the first round. You won't get a forfeit, but you'll get a half-point buy, which, yeah. I mean, given that it's an 8-round event, no, it's not a big deal, I would think. Alright, so here we have this line, the Scotch Gambit. Oof, interesting. It's a well-known idea, yeah. Bishop f4. Okay. It's an interesting line, for sure. Now, Hari is a pretty strong rapid and blitz player. So, yeah, it will be an interesting game. But I'm not sure exactly how white's gonna get back this pawn. But c3, I mean, just leads to equality. So he just goes queen e2, rook a d1, and trying to take back knight takes d4. I guess if he can get that, he'll get a very nice sort of opposite bishop position, which is kind of what you want. But will we be able to convert? That's another story. Let's go back to the Kevin game, and well, a lot of progress has been made. Kevin's won a pawn on the queen side, so that's obviously fantastic news for him, as well as his fans. I'm not sure if you're one of his. We're not going to take sides here with the organizer, but it's no surprise that, okay, starting off well. And I fully expect him to win this game quite easily. Look at the others. Aiden's actually getting a really nice position against Hari, because what he wants to do is just take on f3, and if he does that, it will be really hard for white to regain this pawn on d4. So I guess he's going to take on f3. I don't see... Wow, okay. Did not expect that, but it's really strong. Wait, what happens with queen d4? Plays knight f3. Oof. And then gf, queen takes f3. That is really strong, yeah. So, yeah, something like that. gf, queen f3. King is going to be really weak. Yeah, I mean, it's a great position for Aiden. Kevin is just crushing. Ooh, he sacked the... Oh no, he's not. He's getting the bishop on e5. So yeah, it's just winning now. So probably should switch to another more interesting game. A lot of players have won their first round games pretty easily. No surprise. We have a wonderful Rainbow who joined literally like 3 minutes before the start of this tournament. So yeah, talk about a close call. But yeah, he's doing well nonetheless. Peace up, easy win. So let's go back. Maybe we can find something that's a bit more interesting because not many games are interesting. Let's be honest. Okay, we have Yogan Raj. Okay. Interesting position. Yeah, bishop e7. There is knight f6 as a possibility. Actually, what happens after that? Isn't knight f6 just really good? Bishop f6, bishop b7? Oh dear. That's a blunder. We've got our first blunder of the day. Well, I mean, his opponent is 1500. So, could still come back for sure. You play knight d7, and then you just continue fighting. Although an exchange is an exchange, but in blitz, really anything can happen. So we'll see. Oof. This is just crushing. Harry's getting destroyed. This is amazing. Okay. To be fair, this guy has destroyed me in the past. And, yeah. Yeah, I guess he can destroy me. Probably destroy most players in this tournament. Maybe except Kevin. Kevin is really good at rapid and blitz, but... yeah. Okay, let's see. So some players are using alternate accounts, and we're already seeing some pretty surprising results, actually. And Yogan's in big trouble here. In big trouble. He'll lose an exchange at the very least. And here, I mean, it's just resignable for White at this point. Yeah, not much to say really. Okay, see if there's any other interesting games. Oh yeah, it's just winning here. Ooh, we have an interesting game. This is probably the most interesting one so far. The rest are too one-sided. So how many pawns do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 against 4 pawns. So White has got 3 pawns for the No, it's got... No, I forgot to count the knight on a1. He's got 3 pawns for a rook, so that's not enough. So I missed this knight on a1. And the problem is the knight can come back out via c2 at some point. But okay, we still have to deal with the threat of e6, so maybe it's not quite over yet. Not quite. What? Rook takes d7. That's surprising. I'm not so sure what we're supposed to do about e6 actually. Maybe he could have played rook a b8 and then takes rook a8 and then try to move the knight out to like c2 or something. Threaten rook a1 and then put the knight on d4. Maybe that was a better way to do it, yeah. So after this, I think maybe what you could do is play rook a b8, and if takes, then rook a8. And yeah, if rook moves, then you can play knight c2, threatening check here. So maybe that was a better way. I don't know. Looks still didn't look that easy. But yeah, rook takes d7. Suddenly it's... I don't know, it's looking good for White now. Feels like it's easy to play. I just played knight on f5. You can push the pawn to f4. Yeah, it's looking really good for White. So yeah, very surprising results to start off. Certainly we didn't have anything close to that last time, especially from Hari, who won his first 6 games and is starting off with a loss this time. So yeah, talk about an upset. And this... Whoa! I don't know why he seemed to get some stuff trapped, which is surprising. How did that happen? Oh, he played bishop d4. Oh, that was a good move. That was a good move. Yeah, takes and c6. Suddenly it's not so easy. Like, this bishop could get trapped. But okay, I guess White takes on b4 and then plays rook c1. Maybe it doesn't get trapped at all. Yeah, I don't see how we trap it. It's rook c1 and it just comes back out. You have to play rook c8 and then we can just double rook c2 and put the other rook on c1. That looks like a very decent way for white to just win the game. Because the problem is that you can never really move this knight because the pawn on c6 would just hang. White would have like rook takes c6. So, and if you play queen a7, then yeah, with the rook on c1, white can play bishop c6. So that's exactly what he's done, and it's looking really bad. Okay, so we'll see. See if there are any other interesting games. Black Magician. Wait, you missed mate in one. There was rook h7 mate. What? Yeah, it was mate in one. Literally mate in one. That was a lucky escape. To be fair, if I was if I was black, I would have just resigned. So maybe white's done well to, you know, I mean, black has done well to at least play a few more moves. But well, I don't know what he's doing. Why? What? Just king g7? Why did you do that? Okay, now he's lost for sure. Rook takes, knight takes. It's over. Just too many pieces. So we're gonna see another upset. This is madness. It's only round one, just to remind you. We've already seen two upsets. We're probably gonna see another one here, unless Jürgen manages to come up with some miracle. And this one is just beyond salvation. So we're gonna see at least three upsets today, and there may be more actually. I didn't check the other games, but well, it's not not a great start for the tournament favorites. And now bishop c6 is coming up. I mean, Jürgen's just getting crushed, isn't he? Yeah. What can you say? But fact is, nowadays, even for the strong players, even for guys like Oleg, I can see is struggling to win his round one games. So yeah, even the strong IMs have problems winning their round one games because the level of play is just so much higher nowadays. So it's hard to actually win games, and if you're not careful, you could easily end up just getting crushed, as in this case, bishop b6, rook c8. Yeah, it's just so dead. By the way, I mean, yeah, I hope these guys are playing fairly because it is very surprising results, and if they are playing fairly, then it is obviously we're looking at some very nice wins. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully things go well. By the way, I have some inquiries from someone else. Just give me a second. Coach is watching someone stream sniping. I probably shouldn't say any more moves because otherwise people will accuse me of giving hints, which clearly is not the aim. I mean, if you wanted hints, you just turn on your engine. But either way, if you use my hints or use the engine, so you're gonna get caught. So it's not worth it, my friends. So hopefully everyone has been playing fairly. And yeah, I guess all the games are done, and we indeed have three upsets. So this is already very, very interesting start. Oh, we have one more game going, so let's take a look at that. It's Royang trying to convert to pawn up rook endgame. From my experience, these type of endgames give very decent winning chances, especially against low rated players, because they're not that good at playing endgames most of the time. So you can just slowly squeeze them out. And from my experience, this guy is actually pretty good at endgames. That being said, theoretically speaking, this is a draw, but it's not an easy one because what white has is this pawn, this f pawn, which is already a passer. So obviously, white's plan will be to play something like king h4 followed by rook d5. But the issue is that if he plays king h4, there's gonna be some sort of mate traps. So the question is really, can white, get his king up? And it appears that he is. Okay, he's repeating once. This is a very, very typical idea in these type of positions. And now let's see if he can actually find the winning idea. There's a very tempting idea actually in this position. Okay, plays rook g5. Interesting idea. And he's trying to bring his king out. This makes a lot of sense. He's going to try to bring his king out slowly. So one defensive method that black should be aware of is to push this h pawn at some point and get sort of a h and f pawn type of position. Which in and of itself is not actually an easy draw. You actually have to know quite a bit there. But it is theoretical draw. So Well, I mean, I guess this position is still a theoretical draw, so there's no need for such drastic measures just yet. But maybe in the future he might be able to consider something like that. Okay, black is defending very well, I have to say. Black is defending well. It's not making it easy at all for white to win. Ooh, wow. Like, if that works, then that's great. But does it? Yeah, this position, it's kind of borderline, yeah? This position. Rook g8 is a great move, by the way. It's one of these positions, isn't it? Rook a6? That's strange. If I was black, I'd keep the king cut off on the 4th rank. Because I think by allowing the king to go forward, yeah, actually helping white a bit. I have no idea what's the evaluation of this position. I feel like it should be a draw by side checks when the black king is just... No, when the black rook is just so actively placed, and I can't see... Yeah, I can't see any other way for the game to end, really. It's just gonna be side checks all the way. It's a great defense by the black player. But clearly knows his endgames, so it's very impressive. We're seeing some very impressive play by what are seemingly low-rated players. Ooh, interesting. I thought I was gonna keep checking, which is what I would do. Okay, let's put his rook on g8. Not sure how that changes anything. It still should be a draw. I don't really see any way for black to make big progress. And now the king is not cut off anymore, so he plays king g6. That's correct indeed. And we're going to reach probably one of the Philidor type positions. And we're going to see if black knows the technique. Because I've seen this type of endgames being lost so often. So let's see. Okay, rook a7. Let's see if black actually knows the technique. Because if he doesn't, then it actually gets tricky. I feel like this is starting to get a little tricky. But, well, how to make progress is the question. Ooh, actually black needs to be a bit careful at this point, but I think he should still be holding. Yeah, kind of a crazy position. Ooh, so now white has a try. Yeah, an interesting try, which black has to react correctly to. If black doesn't react correctly to this move... Oh, it's blunder! Blunder! And white wins, white wins. No, black had to find a very nice stalemate idea. It's a very typical idea in rook endgames, and if he had seen the stalemate idea, he would have made the draw. Oh, that is so sad. Now, just to go back, I'm going to show you that line real quick, okay, guys? This is really nice. Yeah, at the end, there's a very typical idea. Instead of playing rook g2, black could have played this move, rook g7, as a very typical way for black to save the draw in these type of positions. Because if f takes g7, it's stalemate. And if the king moves, then the rook comes back down, and we have the Philidor position. Yeah, black just keeps checking from the back, and white can't do anything. So it's an easy draw. Yeah, so stalemate ideas, never forget about them. But anyways, these things can happen. You know, there's a lot of pressure in chess, and yeah, certainly black was defending heroically, but at the end he wasn't able to make the final move, which we have saved in the draw. Which is really why, you know, endgames are so hard, because you have to play the right move, you know, all the time, yeah, on every move. Okay, we are seeing this. Kevin is learning from his teacher. For those who don't know, Kevin is being taught by Jimmy Liu, Malaysia's first IM, and Jimmy, this is Jimmy's pet line. Yeah, Jimmy used to play this all the time. He used to play this all the time against me. So, yeah, he knows these lines very well, and I'm not surprised he's teaching his students these same lines. Okay, so very, very solid line, very easy play. This is Jimmy's style. Jimmy just likes to play, you know, very straightforward, very simple, very logical chess. Yeah, basically chess without much theory, where he can try to outplay his opponents. He likes to go for positions where the plans are very standard. And yeah, I think this is one of them. B5 is an interesting move, by the way. I don't see why not to take the pawn, and Kevin has now taken the pawn. Yeah. Just looks like a pawn to me. Black's trying to open up the b file for an attack, but I think white is coming first. He's played d5. Which, yeah, actually maybe quite a smart decision, because he's going for an endgame where, he's gonna be better without any risk. Gonna be a pawn up. Probably close to winning as well, because black has a lot of weaknesses on the queen side, which white is gonna start to target. So that's a very serious issue for black. By the way, I have gotten some inquiries. Yeah, some people just can't join the tournament. I don't know why. Some people just can't join the tournament. By the way, if you can't join the tournament, just send me your payment slip and let me know your username. I'll just check you haven't joined the tournament and I'll give you a refund, okay? Yeah. Usually I don't like to give refunds, but as a sign of good faith, I will make a refund this time. I still don't know why it wouldn't be possible to join the tournament. If you've already joined the team, then it should be very easy to join the tournament. I don't really understand why there would be any issues. But yeah, there have been some issues, and yeah, if you can't join, then I'm gonna give your money back. Okay? So don't worry. No worry. Yeah, we'll make things right. Okay, so Kevin is slowly but surely pressing his advantage. Kevin is very good at just playing normal moves very quickly. So, yeah, that's what he's doing. Just improving his pieces slowly. And, yeah, I fully expect him to win this. Just trade everything. Bring the king to the queen's side. Everything's going to drop. So he's going to just bring his king this way. It's going to be over, yeah. Yeah, just knight d4, of course. Protect everything. I did say I wouldn't talk about any moves, but Kevin, he knows how to play chess, let's be honest. He doesn't need my hints. So for his games, whatever, we can just discuss moves. Alright, let's see if anyone else has got more interesting games, because I think Kevin's going to win that very easily. It just seems like a position you wouldn't come back from. Ooh. Okay. So, yeah, games are not looking that close this time. Somehow this time, a lot of the players were doing well earlier. So, yeah, they're feeling a bit shaky now. But someone who's clearly not shaky is Aiden Quack. He's completely winning again. Exactly, he's just going to win the queen. So, yeah, we're looking at this guy winning his first 2 games. And that's pretty impressive. Alright, let's see if there's anything else that's interesting. Because I think Kevin's going to win really easily, but at the same time, everything else just doesn't seem that interesting. Yeah. I guess usually the first 3 rounds in the tournament are pretty, they're pretty one-sided. Obviously, round 1 this time was a bit different. Yeah. Today I'm getting a lot more inquiries than last week. I'm surprised. Yeah, a lot of people are having issues joining, which is, yeah, it's surprising to me. There shouldn't be an issue, but frankly it is. So, yeah, hopefully we're gonna get things sorted out there. Yeah, I can't really do very much here. Yeah, you'll have to do it yourself. Yeah, it's... yeah, you have to join yourself. I can't force you to join the tournament or add you to the list forcefully. You have to click the join button, and if you can't do that, then unfortunately there's nothing really I can do. So hopefully things are okay. But for most players, okay, they've been able to join quite smoothly. By the way, here black is probably just a lot better. There's not much else to say. Kevin, by the way, simplified into a... Yeah, I think he made a pretty good decision. Simplified into a winning pawn endgame. He's gonna bring his king to f6 and gobble up everything on the king side. And that's gonna be a very easy win. Yep, here black seems to be taking over. Oh no, it's not quite over yet. We probably should just drop the queen back. And okay, knight gets kicked back. And we'll see how it goes. Right, let's go back and see if there are any more interesting games. Because, yeah. These games are not going to go anywhere, really. I mean, it's quite clear Kevin's going to win that one. Well, this one black is just winning. Okay, we have an interesting squeeze here between big bot and B. So you're gonna get into an endgame where, white's got a nice Catalan bishop, black has serious weaknesses. Also, the stuff on the queen side is pretty weak as well. But we'll see. Maybe he'll be able to hold this. That's the question. I'm not sure I like that decision to trade off all the stuff. I feel like with the rooks off, it's probably easier for black to defend. I would think of just trying to play something like rook d7, for instance. That seemed a bit stronger, but okay. I guess white's still pressing a little bit, but I feel like black should be able to protect his weaknesses now. He can bring his king in and everything. Shouldn't be a big issue at this point. Also, I don't know who keeps calling me. Some people just keep calling me. I did say if you yeah, if you can't join, whatever, I'll refund the money. Just stop calling me. Cause I can't do anything, okay? I literally can't do anything. So calling me like 10 times is not gonna help you. It's not gonna help me either. So yeah, it's just gonna give me more stress and it's gonna be a bit counterproductive. So let's not go there, shall we? I'll refund your money. End of story. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you join late, then just join the tournament. Yeah. Join the tournament. I did already. I mean, the start time has been made pretty clear. It was 8 p.m. So, yeah. If you have been late, then unfortunately, there's nothing I can do in that sense. It's like if you're late for a over the board tournament, you'll get forfeited. So here you at least get half a point by. So it's better than none. Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately I can't do any better. I wish I could, but I just can't. Sorry. So yeah, my apologies about that. But yeah, I mean most of you guys were able to join on time, so that's good. Okay. So well, in this tournament, we're not looking at any interesting games. Oh, speak of that, we've got some interesting play here. So White has sacked the pawn on the queen side. That's very interesting. I didn't see why it was necessary for black to allow this, because now the white king is trying to march in. And that could be dangerous. Especially with the knight kind of stranded on a2. Like if a5, then the king just goes straight to b5 and bishop goes to d5. It looks great. By the way, here we're looking at pretty hopeless position for white. Oh well. Yeah. Any interesting games, let me know, because I don't see anything too interesting. This seems like the best that I can see. Actually, king b5 is coming in. It's not so clear what black's supposed to do about that. If you play a6, I guess white can now try to, grab the knight somehow. Something like that. That being said, it's still not so clear. I guess white will come this way. There's also a possibility. So yeah, white has a few ways to try to make progress after a6. Ooh, interesting. What? The games has gone on a lot. There's been a lot of moves going on. Apparently the board wasn't refreshing. And so now black is just winning, yeah? It's gonna... Well, white's making a mad dash for the queen side, but I guess black can try to just block with the knight. Yeah, that would be a very decent way to try to do things. So I could just try to bring his knight to f4. That seems like a great idea as well. Yeah, I agree. Just 93 f4. It looks like a very easy win. So yeah, big turnaround here. I mean, white was just much better, and now it looks like it's just dead. And like, that's blitz, I guess. And key idea is that knight f4 is hitting the bishop. So you have to move the bishop. Then we take h3, and then just pawn just queens. And there's no way white can attack this pawn on g5. So black king is just going to come back very slowly and grab it. And it's not going to end well for white. Okay, here white has tried desperately to create some sort of counterplay. Is it going to work though? I don't think so. There is the option of rook h6 and queen f4, but the problem is that after this, I don't see like any good way to continue. Just a2, yeah, and there's no checks. So rook e7. I mean, there's many ways to defend this pawn, but I don't think that was the best way because now queen f5 and rook e8. And white's gonna win this. This is amazing. Wow, that was a turnaround. Now obviously black had to play a move like queen g6. I thought he was gonna play queen g6. It just looked really bad, yeah. Because on top of everything, if white plays his queen to f8, then queen h5, and rook d1 is just crushing. Yeah. So that's that. What? Why is it a draw? What is this? Black had too much respect for his opponent. This is a well-known theoretical win because if the king goes to f5, your knight goes back to h3. That's the key. Yeah, and we all know how to win that. So too much respect for his opponent, which I've done many times in the past before. I wouldn't say that I haven't done it. Yeah, I have offered so many draws in winning positions until at some point my coach was like, you should play in tournaments where you can't offer draws. Your results will be better. And I did that, and yeah, I almost got a norm there. So I guess my coach was right. Okay. Doesn't look like there's too many interesting games. But it is Japai here, who, yeah, is trying to defend this slightly worse endgame. It's gonna be quite an unpleasant one because this pawn combined with like the rook, she'll probably go to the 7th rank, is gonna be pretty strong. He just plays d6, but what about rook d1 now? Then rook c8 is mate. Okay, so d6 controlled e7, that was the point. Yeah, now king e7, I guess, is gonna come. And, okay, is it that easy to win? I don't think so. The bishop could go to c3. Yeah, I mean, obviously white is gonna play this all the way out, but I feel like black should be able to draw this. But that being said, it is blitz, and in blitz, I'll say white has some decent winning chances, at least practically. Now the good news for white is that it's almost a 2-result game because unless he hangs a rook, there's no way for black to even try to, create any chances for himself. If he wanted to, he could fix this, which is what he does, and then slowly try to bring his king in, maybe this way. Now, will it work? I don't think it will, because I think the black king will stop it really well, and if necessary, the bishop can go back to f6 as well. So I don't see this really working, but white can try this for a long time, and yeah, if black makes a mistake, then white's gonna get some chances. Like, okay, now white has a threat, so black has to be careful. Very important moment here. Could there be Zugzwang ideas? No, I don't think so, because bishop f6 and king comes back out. But I think white's pressing this in a really nice way. He's going to play rook c8. Now, the black bishop's going to be tied down to this pawn. The black rook won't be able to move. And, well, the good news for black is he still has waiting moves. He can go to d2, he can go to c3 and back, something like that. But it's not pleasant. Okay, at the same time, white needs to find a way to make progress. Maybe one way would be to try to bring the king to c7, but that's going to run into a check, so I don't think that's going to work. And trying to run the king this way either doesn't seem that strong, because I can just protect this pawn on g7. So I don't think this is going anywhere. Anyway, we'll come back to this game, see if there's anything else going on. Because I'm sure there are some interesting games going on. There's Bone Cloud Power, who's just going to win this easily. Let's see. Anything else? Somebody's a queen up. So yeah, that's the only interesting game, this one. Okay, white's made some progress. What? King takes g7. Why did it allow that? So another that white now has some winning chances, because what he can do is he can try to sacrifice his rook for this bishop, which is what he's thinking about right now. Now, does it work immediately? I'm not sure. I don't think it does, but ooh, this is interesting. He can consider taking on h6 at some point. Actually, it looks really strong now. It's done it. He's done it. I think this is winning. I mean, this is dead, yeah. He at least had to try to take the rook and, you know, hope for some miracle, but this is just dead. Now, the rook just comes back and then push this. We just push this h pawn to glory. The black rook can't even create any sort of counterplay. The pawn just goes. Just too easy. And yeah, I guess that's round 2. So 2 rounds in, we've got some very interesting games. It seems like a lot of players are feeling inspired today. So let's go back to the tournament. There is one more game, which is a pretty easy win for white. It's going to be a queen and rook up, so we're not going to look at that. Let's look at who are the leaders at the moment. It'll be an interesting thing to look at. So Kevin is obviously one of them, as well as Len BCP. He's a player from Indonesia who, yeah, just yesterday asked if he could join, and yeah, finally managed to join, and yeah, he's certainly playing well. So yeah, I'm glad to see that there are other non-Malaysians that are doing well in this tournament. A truly international tournament, this. At least I'd like to think that. We also got Ritesh, who's doing really well. Let's see, 6 seconds to the next round. Yeah, you're able to join at any time. You see, even I can click the join button. Like literally all you have to do is click this green join button and you can join. So I don't know why it's very hard for some people, but yeah. Well, there's an interesting game here. We've already seeing a very interesting line. This is of course the Mora Gambit. So this guy, from my experience, loves to play the Mora. He plays Mora. He played the Mora against me as well, and yeah, that was a crazy game. But, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I never had a very high opinion of the Mora, but it is a playable line. Just feels not the most ambitious against the Sicilian. As I mean, the Sicilian, there's just so many ways to test black in Sicilian, but yeah. I mean, it's a playable line. I used to play it as well as a kid. Didn't have great results with it, but yeah, some people do. So yeah, who can say really? If you like the line, then you know it's a good line for you. All right, let's go back and see if there's anything interesting. Got a King's Indian here from Bone Cloud Power. And white's taken on e5, which, from my experience, is not something you should do. You should be waiting for black to take e takes d4, because a lot of times these structures are really what black is aiming for. Because, yeah, we have these pawns controlling d5, but that square is securely protected by this pawn on d6. And, okay, we have this square on d4, which, for now, black can't get a piece too. He'd love to get a piece there, but, okay, you can't do it at the moment. Yeah, these positions, they're kind of playable for white, but I feel they're not that ambitious. White should probably play h3 with bishop on e3. He does that, he played queen c2. Thinking about bishop e3 is that it could allow knight g4 at some point. That, okay, I'm not sure it's that effective now. I guess the bishop just goes back to d2 or to c1. And then on the next move, we kick the knight back. So I don't think it's that big of an issue for white, really. Let's see. Whoa! Whoa, what happened? Rook d1, knight h4, blundering bishop e6. Now white's just like almost winning, yeah? Queen e7, and you're just dropping the bishop back, and oof. Now that is the reason why people play the Mora Gambit, yeah? It looks... I mean, there's one move for black to defend here. Like, it's only move to defend. Maybe it's not too bad. Just maybe it's not too bad, yeah? Like, white still has a very strong attack, though. Let's just take the bishop back after that. And I have 4 ideas could be coming up. So, yeah. It's probably a very strong attack for white. Okay. See if there's anything else that's interesting. Queen e8. Okay. That's a possible move for sure. Is stopping knight g6 and is going for a queen trade. Which actually I think is a very interesting idea. Actually quite a good one maybe. Because takes, rook takes, and if BC you can play rook takes e4. I don't see anything else for white to go for. And then maybe at the end you just play rook e1, yeah? And okay, claim that we have a big lead in development. Black probably has to play d5 or something just to get his pieces out. And okay, bishop d5 takes, bishop d7, something along those lines. It actually seems quite playable because black's going to play rook d8 after bishop d7. So, yeah, I mean, he has to take the pawn on e4, surely. Yeah, I don't see anything other than rook e1 because the knight is hanging. And I think now black has to play d5, otherwise he's in trouble, yeah? With rook e8 coming up. Actually, maybe he can play some like rook e7, but I mean, yeah. The knight f5 even, so... Yeah, d5 he finds it. Takes bishop d7 followed by rook e8. That seems like a... Yeah, it seems like a playable position. Okay, let's go back and whoa! We have some total madness happening here. Knight g4, b6, bishop h6, and black's threatening bishop... Sorry, black's threatening rook d2, and white just ignores it, allows rook d2, and he says he just wants bishop c1, which is... Wow, this is... Yeah, if this works, it's great, obviously. Actually, it might just work. Oh, maybe it doesn't, actually. That's actually a good idea. Bishop takes and bishop d2, and just bishop takes d2 with crushing compensation, it would appear. So, it's not even compensation. I think black just gets the exchange back on the spot, and it's just winning. So, okay. Very interesting idea from white, but I think he took it a step too far in that respect. I think, yeah, it's too much here. It's just way too much. Okay, so here black is doing okay. He's playing b6. Got a very solid endgame. I don't think he's in any danger. In fact, if white is not careful, and yeah, black could even try to play for a win because he has a better pawn structure as well. Yeah, he can try to bring his king into the... If he gets his king in the game, then I think black is already starting to play for a win because his structure is nice. Okay, there are some issues black has to deal with first. h6 is a bit strange. I was thinking to play g6 instead, to at least get the king to g7, then play f5, and maybe put the king on f6, something like that. But yeah, h6 seems a bit weird because hey, you're creating quite a lot of holes in your position. Maybe it's still okay, but I don't know, feels risky to me. And here black's just crushing. Well, basically what I what I was predicting actually happened. There's no way to defend both these two pieces, so white did play queen c2 and takes and rook d8. And yeah, this is done. Just done. Alright, so ooh, interesting. So his idea is, of course, if you take, then rook takes c5. There's no real good way to exploit this bishop on d7, not the back rank. So, yeah, I think black is doing well here. Alright, let's go back and see if there are any more interesting games. I'll refresh this board. Aiden is just on a roll. He's like crushing everyone. It's gonna be on 3 out of 3. It's not even close, man. Queen takes and just push the pawns. It's epic, really. Yeah. Okay, Kevin's won again. No surprise there. We've got a surprise 2.5 out of 3 on in Tang Roy, who actually started with a half point buy. It's interesting. Okay, see if there are any other interesting games. A lot of them look pretty crushing, let's be honest. Okay, we have we have a very interesting matchup here between two very strong positional players, and it's no surprise this has become quite a protracted maneuvering game. So Black has been trying to create some play on the queen side for the past few moves. Yeah. Okay, White's been trying to get his knight to f5, something. It's gonna be a back and forth battle, but the interesting thing is White is down to 20 seconds, which generally speaking is not a good thing in blitz games to be down so much in the clock. That being said, I'm not sure about this decision. Of course, White needs to take on e6 and he plays rook e1, something like that. I guess Black's idea is to play rook f8, try to hit this pawn on f3. Oh, he just plays f takes. Interesting. Okay, so I feel like Black should be trying to target this pawn on f3 somehow. So, yeah, let's see if he finds a way to do that. I wouldn't use this rook for sure. But you see it looks so passive. I was thinking actually about a move like this, to put the rook on f7. But I guess this makes sense as well. He wants to put this rook on f8, start to hit this pawn. And then maybe to put his... Okay, but now White plays f4. I guess rook f8, White can play f5. And the opening on of the e file actually seems to favor White. I think White's going to play f5 and going to play bishop takes f5. And that's going to be very nicely placed on f5 at the end of that line. Yep, plays bishop f5 indeed. Knight's going to take back on f5. And White is actually really low on the clock, but is playing very well. Hey. Yep. Another simple move. Rook on the 7th rank. Black's under real pressure here. There's no immediate threat. Or maybe there is. Maybe there's some ideas like rook v7 and putting the rook on e7. That actually looks really serious. What? It's a blunder. Oh dear. That is a blunder, my friend. By the way, I've got some people who suddenly want to join. Yeah, they can join, of course. Teng Kurayan. I don't know who that is. Who is Teng Kurayan? Please DM me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is just a piece. It's not interesting. Let's go back. That's gonna be an easy win for White. See if there are any other interesting games. Ooh. There's been a lot of changes here. Now the White King is just super active. I guess White was able to get the move c5 in at some point. Oh no, Black played b5. I don't know why he played b5. And yeah, actually got to an endgame where White managed to activate his king quite easily. And this is giving you just a lot of winning chances. That's interesting. It's interesting he just played king c5. Why not to secure it with just f3? I didn't understand. Or if he didn't like that, at least to take on h5. Because I didn't understand why to give up this pawn. Because now I feel like it's not that easy anymore. White's still pressing, that's for sure. But Black can get counterplay by pushing his queenside pawns, which is what he does. That's a good move. He's stopping the a pawn in its tracks. King c7. Okay, White should... I don't know. He should try to get his a pawn going. So you might want to, yeah, do something like that. Offer the trade up bishops, which Black can't really accept at the moment. Just as I say that, he just accepts it. Really? b4, f4, sorry, b4, g4, b5, f4, b6, g3. Wow, it works! Just in time. This is amazing. Ooh, interesting. He's bringing his king this way. Wait. B4, G4, B5, F4, B6, G3 takes, B7, G2, B8 queen, and we had queen G8, and that's winning. But this is also probably winning, actually. Because, yeah, there's no way to continue pushing this. You just push the pawn on the queen side. Actually, this is maybe even an easier way to do it, just B5. The black king isn't even close enough. You just push it. Just B7, B8 queen. And queen is going to deal very easily with all these pawns. In fact, black won't even get to take it. White's just going to protect that pawn. And it's going to be easy. It's going to be too easy. Just something like queen B6 and just over. Yeah. Yep, and it's over. It's actually over. Okay. Let's see if there are any other interesting games going on. I've got join requests from, I don't know who Tankurayan is. Never heard of this person. Let me just double check if they are part of the forum. Oh, he is. Alright, so I'm gonna have to accept him. Sorry about the delay. He'll be able to play. My apologies. Let's see. There's still some time to join the next round. I apologize, we have already played 3 games, but there'll still be time to join for the next round. Okay. Oof. Bong Club Powers. Oh, this was a guy who, yeah, played allowed rook d2 and then blundered knight h3, and he's getting crushed. And, yeah, not much else to say. Ooh, interesting endgame for Ritesh. I'm not sure black should have played g5, but that was... Yeah, I'm not sure what else to do. It's almost like black is in Zugzwang, yeah? Maybe black shouldn't have put his king on g4, yeah? Maybe he should have put his king on h3, that would have stopped some ideas, but... Yeah, now this is looking really bad. But, oh, maybe king takes h3, it's not over yet. Oh, it's over. Just f7, and rook f5. Okay, this should still be winning. Although black can play rook a8, so it's not over just yet. But it should be winning. You just push the pawn to f7, bring the king to e7. There's nothing black can do in the meantime, because the king can't even go close. The king is just stuck on g3. King just runs to e7. It's too easy even. Yeah, just run with the king to e7. Too easy. Okay. White wins. Very good. Alright. Back to the tournament. Alright, so we have started round 4. Hopefully, everyone has been able to join at this point. Let's look at some games. Whoa. Whose game is this? D4, E5, really? Wow, okay. That's an interesting choice. Okay, white's obviously not gonna blunder. Like bishop takes f2. Gonna play e3, yeah. I personally don't have a very high opinion of this line, just because it's an extra pawn for nothing. I think that's a good enough reason to be skeptical about this line. But okay, for online rapid and blitz, it's possible. Not saying it's good, but it's not losing on the spot. That's one thing, and you know you can get some swindles in. That much I'll say. Generally speaking, against this line, I like to put my bishop on e2 so that my knight can go on f3 without like worrying about any bishop g4 ideas. Like, and then I'll just castle, and I really don't see what kind of compensation we're looking at. Probably looking at no compensation, in fact. Okay. White's still chosen a pretty solid line. And, ooh, it goes g4. So White is going for a very aggressive line as well. He's gonna move his queen, maybe something like queen d2 or queen e2, and he's gonna go for queenside castles. A queen e2 maybe runs you to d4. Okay, plays knight e5. I'm not sure what the idea is. Is he trying to take this guy? Okay, black is doing the right thing. He's trying to create some threats, which is what he needs to do in these positions. Okay. Maybe what white can do is just place knight e4. Question is, how does black deal with that? Okay, place knight f7 first. That also seems like a good idea. Rook f7, now knight e4, and then bishop c4 is coming up. That actually looks like a very nice idea. Yeah, just knight e4, yeah? Oh, that's nice, because the queen is pinned. Okay. Not the queen's pinned, the pawn is pinned. And white's gonna win quite some material, actually. So, yeah, this looks like a good option for white. Yeah, bishop f7. I guess king takes, right? Because if queen takes, I feel like we can just take on d4. There's gotta be king takes. Okay. Still some small issues white has to deal with. Yeah, maybe just knight e2 back and so ask black where his compensation lies. Because we're talking a lot of material. We're talking a full exchange. Yeah, like black. I guess we take f e3. Yeah, if black can take on e3, but it's still gotta be a full exchange. I guess we take on e3 and then we play something like queen d2. I'm not sure what kind of compensation black has, because from what I can see, black doesn't have any. Takes and something like queen d2, or queen d4 might actually be stronger, or queen d3. I guess they're all sort of equally good. Yeah. Yeah, now of course castle is protecting this pawn. I think white's gonna win this pretty easily, because on top of everything, black's king is very weak. So yeah, England Gambit didn't quite work out this time. Yeah, we did say there's a pretty dodgy line. Oh, blunder, and yeah, white wins on the spot. Alright, let's go to the next game. This is not interesting anymore. Right. So let's look at Ray Young. Ray Young is probably the best under 12 player in Rapid right now. Like when it comes to Rapid chess, it's hard to... Yeah, it's hard to beat him. He's really strong at that. So, yeah, doesn't play many opens, but in Rapid tournaments, he is really one of the strongest players. So, yeah, we'll see. But he seems to be taking so much time in every game. It's just a normal position. I don't know what he's thinking about. Like, surely he has to play f5, right? So, I don't know. Maybe he's one of those time travel junkies like Rishuk style, who just needs to be in time travel and just needs to be on a 3-second increment, and then just starts playing like a genius. Because, I mean, that's what we saw in the last game, so I don't know. Maybe we're starting to see a trend here. In any case, quite an interesting experience. Okay, g6 is attacked. Oh, Aiden Quack. Aiden Quack's been crushing everyone this tournament. And he's gonna win again, I guess. Oh no, he can't go rook e1. Because I was like, if he could go rook e1, it's dead. Yeah, black is dead. Aiden has been crushing everyone here. He just plays d5. Wow, okay. And he's not missing a beat. Every move is just instantaneous. It's yeah, it's a bit unnerving, honestly. I will say I've lost to this guy before, so yeah. Okay. Let's try to find a way for black to defend. hard to think of a way, actually. Let's say black plays knight e5. Then, okay, the bishop g7 wins, yeah? Bishop takes e5, I guess. It's coming up. G takes h5, bishop takes, something like that. Queen takes, queen b4. Something along those lines. That looks strong enough. But if knight goes back, I don't know where the knight is going to go other than that. If knight d4, then just queen e3 on the spot server. If knight d8... I mean, it's the only move, right? It's so sad. It's just so sad, though. If we play queen e3, he can go to f7, so that's not over yet. It's close, but it's not over yet. If I play bishop g5, maybe it just steps to f7. It's not over yet. Okay, plays queen e3. If king f7, what's the idea? Is this something like bishop? No, bishop f4 is queen d5. Wow, it just goes bishop g4. And it's playing so fast as well. What's the idea after queen d5? I'm not so sure. Just king g2, I guess. And then rook d1, yeah? Oof. Oh, that is a nasty move. That is a nasty move. Queen takes b4. It's over. Bishop hangs. Wow. Bishop e6. What? Who even plays like that? I mean, come on. Like, stop playing with your food, yeah? Queen b4 resigns. Bishop e6. Wow. This is just some epic stuff. Alright. I think we'd better switch over before black gets too embarrassed. Because, let's be honest, I would be pretty embarrassed. I actually lost in a very similar way to that guy as well. So he's really very strong at online blitz, I have to say. If everything is right. Although, let's be honest, I'm starting to have a little bit of suspicion. He's playing a bit too well. Okay. This is just crushing. I mean, black has no time on top of everything. Somehow everything seemed to go wrong in this game. Because black didn't go for f5, and now he just can't defend anything. And yeah, that's a painful way to lose. Well, what happened? Oh, he didn't play f5. White pushed the h pawn to h5, which is actually a very interesting idea. He forced g5, and now white's just crushing on both sides. And yeah, white won the game quite easily. So yeah. Let's see if there are any more interesting games. Ooh, what? How did that happen? He must have accidentally given up 2 rooks for everything, because it was just over. What happened? Rook e7. Ah! So it wasn't over yet, yeah? And, yeah, maybe rook e1 wasn't the best practical choice. I mean, g5 queen e3. So maybe what white should have done is just, like, play queen d2 or something. Or queen d3, so that after takes, he would have g5. But yeah, okay. Now black gets chances, yeah? And white's in some time trouble. And now it's actually looking like a draw now. c4 is... okay, I guess it's a fine move. Black's gonna play king e6, white gonna play king e4, of course. Okay, white's king is slightly more active, which gives him, I don't know, some, you know, practical chances. But objectively, it must be a draw, of course. The only thing black needs to avoid is, you know, playing with like c5, because that would be bad. But anything else, I guess also maybe b5 should be avoided. But yeah, it just starts with a6. I guess b5 is okay, actually, come to think of it. I thought king d4 could be something to worry about. Hit a4. Ooh, this is actually not so easy. I thought this was an easy draw, but it's not actually. Maybe you just have to wait with the king, because a5 looks tempting, but then c5 looks... okay, c5 takes. King d7. Maybe this is still okay, I don't know. King d4, yeah? Then c5, and then king c6. So maybe this is still okay. Maybe a5 is possible. d5... b5 could be possible as well. No, but b5, I think cb and a5. c5. I think that's just a move we said it should avoid, right? Because of like b takes and a5. And where is he going? If he goes to f6, then king d5. If he goes to d6, then the king just runs this way. Oh, the king doesn't run this way, sorry. The king will just force the black king over. And the white king is just going to take this pawn. So c5 was definitely not the right way to play. Now white's just winning. That wasn't an easy endgame, surprisingly. I don't actually know what black should have done. Maybe b5. I think a5 was possibly drawing, because c5 wasn't doing anything. Yeah, this is just easy. King gets to e6, and it's over. Yeah. Yeah, this is just over. Totally over. The problem is that you can even just sack the queen for this pawn. You can just push this pawn and it's over. There's not even anything to do. I don't know why he's trying to... Okay, now he finally does it. You're right. If queens, then just queen. It's just easy. You don't need to be that much mature up. All you need to do is just be one queen up. It's more than enough. Yeah, of course you still take it. No, queen. And you just grab the pawn. It's over. Or just like go for mate. Everything is winning. Okay, let's look at something more interesting, because this is not interesting. So Black Magician duel, starting with a loss. And he's looking at probably another loss, actually. There's a piece down, I don't see any compensation. Knight f5, bishop e6. Bishop f5. Yeah, that's it. On top of everything, this rook is just terrible. I mean, you have to take and play something like g4, but that's obviously hopeless. Just take on g4. Or this, I guess. Or maybe this is, it's not over yet. Oh wait, this rook h5, knight f3. Yeah, it's over. It's actually over. Yeah, tough tournament for him. Some tournaments, they just don't go your way. That's just how chess works. Yeah, king e7. Next, he's going to bring his knight back, and it's going to be over. And black's even going to take this pawn at some point, so there's no real chances. Let's go and see if there's any other interesting game. Okay, we have this, which looks like equality, so we're not going to look at that. What else? This is an interesting one. This is a very interesting one. Because I think, even though... Yeah. Even though black has the exchange, right? So many pawns for it, and white should be winning just by pushing this pawn should be quite an easy win. That being said, I have offered to draw in a similar position as white in the past. Obviously, I wouldn't do it anymore, but... What? Bishop b4 is just winning. They were just taking both rooks, yeah? Going back, you could have just played bishop b4. That would have won easily. And now, it's already not that easy. Like, black can play knight f6 and try to take this pawn. Ooh, what? Bishop e7? This is really a comedy of errors. Now, black has to give his rook for the pawn, and it's over. There's no chances at all. It's just a full piece. And black doesn't even have anything else to hit, so... Ooh, that was a lucky win for white. But, okay, I guess... What? How did that happen? Why did you go for this? There's no need to go for this. But of course it's still winning, of course. What? I don't know what to say, really. Yeah, I can't even look at it. It's too sad. Obviously, it's going to make the draw, but oh, this is just so sad. Let's look at this one when it's over. Okay. Is there anything else that's interesting? Doesn't seem that way. Everything just seems one-sided. This one is just going to be an easy draw. By the way, we will play one more round before the break. So we will have a break after round 5. Not after round 4, after round 5. Yeah, so don't go anywhere. Round 5 will be starting right after the end of this. And after round 5, we'll take a 5-minute break. Yeah, we have to settle some stuff. Some people weren't able to join. I have to, settle things with them. Shouldn't be an issue. What? What? Seriously? Seriously? I mean, you should at least try king a8, yeah? Hoping for stalemate, but this is over. Yeah. c7. King b7. And white's gonna win this game? What? Oh my goodness. This... I just... don't know what to say. He's a luck box him. I've never won games like this before. Like, even for me, I've never won a game like this before in my life. So, yeah. I don't know, but okay. Yeah, black players should be more careful, yeah? Especially when you're winning, it's very important. Even if you're winning by a lot, you should still be very careful. Alright. There's still some games going on. None of them are particularly interesting, as far as I can see. There's one game going on. And we all know how this one is going to end. I think one... I mean, I just say I know how it's gonna end. I just said that for the previous game. I was like, yeah, I know how that one's gonna end. And it ended, like, the other way around. So, I'm gonna stop saying that, because clearly I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, just cut it, yeah, with bishop f4. The good news is that black can't actually win this, so it can't be like that wrong. What is going on? Yep. The queen just disappeared for some reason. Yeah, this is gonna be a win. Okay. So it should be starting the next round. And before that, I'm going to just change some settings real quick, if you don't mind. I'm not sure whether I can change any settings for this tournament since it's like ongoing. Just realized I can't actually change the settings for this tournament. No, why? 1 second. I was trying to add a break after round 5, but I can't add a break, I just realized. There's no way for me to add a break after this round. So I guess... yeah, I mean... I used to be able to change it, but I can't. So I guess there won't be a break. There will not be a break. So I should communicate that in the group real quick. There won't be a break after round 5 because I can't actually set the break. Sorry, I mean, it's only my second online tournament that I've organized, so still learning. So apologies for any mistakes that I make. And yeah, hopefully things go smoothly. Alright, let's look at Aiden. Aiden has been crushing everyone. Now let's play Yogan Raj. Interesting pairing. Yeah. Okay, we have this line. Interesting. H6. Guess he's gonna drop the bishop back. Somehow Aiden seems like a guy who... I was gonna say he seems like a guy who would like his bishops, but clearly it's not. He just took it. Interesting. Okay. So I'll just communicate it to the group. I want to make sure that everyone knows that there is no break. Yeah. Okay. This one looks like it's gonna take some time. Let's look at the others. I haven't seen Carvin's game for a while. And Carvin's game is actually looking pretty interesting here. Okay, it's playing Oh Yeah Mama. Okay. So what have we got? Okay, it's this line. A6, bishop d3, b5. Yeah. These type of structures are usually kind of nice for black, from my experience. Knight d5. Yeah, and white took on d5 somehow. I don't know why. Guess the bishop just drops back. At some point, black's idea will be to try to push stuff on the queen's side. You could also think about playing ideas like, playing moves like e5. That's not out of the question. In general, I just prefer black in these type of structures all the time. Okay. Still, we need to find a way to make progress. It's not so simple, actually. b7, okay. It makes a lot of sense. By the way, this threatens... No, this doesn't threaten e5. It threatens g5. So, that's why f3 had to be played. Just closing this diagonal. Queen b6. Okay, I like this regrouping, actually. It's going for a5 and b4. It seems very logical. Okay. Yeah, I think Carvin seems to be taking over in this game. He's just gonna push a5 and b4. Yeah, looks like a great idea. I think he's really gonna press here. This one is looking like it's heading towards a slightly better position for black. It's not a draw yet. I've actually won a lot of these type positions with this weakness on c3 because really you can press quite a bit as black. And almost for 2 results, so it's actually quite a pleasant experience to play a lot of these type of positions. Okay. Yeah, I plays a5 and now b4 is coming up. Yeah, we'll see. I think Carvin seems to be taking over in this game. Right, let's look at the others. Because it seems like these games are just starting to heat up. Ooh, there's a king on d7. What? How did that happen? So if we're looking at Harif's game, Harif has been crushing so far in this tournament. Been playing very well. Queen e7, okay. Knight g4. Wow, okay. So yeah, things are really heating up now. But knight d6, I feel like this is a bit much, yeah? Because white is actually... Wow, white's actually material up, but knight d3 is coming. Wow. This is... crazy. What is going on? How does white actually save his piece? Not sure, actually. Maybe he can play something like queen e2 or something, just to play rook d1. If queen d6, then rook d1. And you don't have rook e8 because rook d6 would deflect the king. So maybe something like that could make sense. He's going for queen c4. It's a very similar idea. So again, if queen d6 is rook d1. But is it possible to play king d6? Oh no, it's not possible. Just rook d1 and queen c5. So yeah, it looks good. Looks good. Queen d6, rook d1. Maybe queen d1, there's knight d1. That's another important point. So there's not going to be any forks. Okay, what am I supposed to do as black? Ooh, tricky, but just bishop e2, right? What's the big deal? Really? Wow. So queen c5 is threatened. If you play knight takes c4, I guess queen takes c4 comes. Wow. So this looks really good for white. Yeah, Pyoting is playing very well. Oh, is he? I might have spoken too soon, actually. Oh no, I haven't. There's castles. Just in the nick of time, there's castles. Actually, there was actually a similar idea in my game against Eric Rosen. So if you haven't seen it, then yeah, go and check it out. It's on my channel, and I actually won that game, so that was nice. I actually missed castles in a similar position, but then it turns out I was still able to win a piece, and then yeah, the conversion wasn't great, but I managed to win that game. Okay, so yeah, knight c5. White's gonna press this long. No, it's rook e1. Okay, so nothing too big is happening. Put the other rook on e1. It's also good. Idea, of course, if you take on h1, then e8 hangs. So white plays knight takes d3. I guess you take back with a knight. Put the knight on c5. Ooh, he plays c takes. Interesting. He just wants to keep this bishop on c8 in trouble. Okay, now it's time to bring the king, I guess. He plays d4. Okay, there are many ways to convert it. I guess his idea is to play something like rook e5, which looks very strong, I would say. And probably is very strong. Okay, let's look at Kevin. Oh, Kevin's just... Ooh. What is this idea? If rook d2, he wants queen e3. Is that right? No, rook d2, he wants just take on d2. Yeah, so that's not possible. If you take on c5, just rook c5. And you can't take on d2 because knight's gonna hang. Whoa, this looks actually very strong. Rook d2. Wow. So, yeah, I think Kevin's gonna win this game. I don't think he'll face any real troubles in doing so. Right. See if there are any more interesting games. So far, the games look pretty one-sided. At least in the ones that we've just seen. Young is again way down on the clock. In a position where it's actually kind of complex. After all, there are two bishops for black. Yeah, the black key is maybe slightly... there could be some slight tactical issues, but at the same time, I don't see how to exploit them because every time knight f7 comes, just king g8. So I think black should be doing well here. Ooh, bishop e6. That allows knight g6, yeah? And then rook takes e6. I'm not sure black should have allowed that. Oh, he didn't see it. Bishop takes d5. Still, I guess knight d7 or something. I think white should be careful, because if white tries to press too hard, he could actually lose, given that he's really low on the clock. And yeah, I don't know. I think white's still playing for a win, but maybe he should be trying to play a bit safer now. I was thinking just knight d7, knight takes b6. And then rook e7, something like that. That should have been fine. But I guess, okay, it's still okay. I guess knight d7 now is pretty good. He plays a4. Okay, he's threatening a5. Black has to... What? a5! Black had to play a5, of course. Now black is dead. Now a takes b6 is an easy win. Because with a 3-second increment, it's just too much. That being said, we have seen crazy things happen today. So we're not gonna write him off just yet. Because... I mean, just now I wrote someone off. Okay, knight e7. Now it's over. You can't mess this up. Alright. Let's look at the next game. Let's look at Kevin's game. Kevin's game is heating up now. Rook c3. Now, I guess Kevin's going to take pawn on a3 now. It's just... Yeah, it just takes on a3. It's over, yeah? Now, f1 is rook d1. Oh, wait, knight c4. I missed that as well, honestly. But I guess he can still play rook d3. I think he should still be winning. Rook takes d2, then you just push this a pawn. Yeah? You just play bishop b3 and push the a pawn. It's hard for white to do anything about that. Because his pieces are just too badly placed. Maybe he needs to play rook a1, but then rook d1, I guess. Yeah, rook a1, rook d1. King f2. King f2, then what? Maybe just bishop b3 then. Because you can't ever take on a5, because I just queen. So, yeah, rook a1, rook d1, followed by bishop b3 and pushing the pawn. That looks very, very strong. It's probably winning, actually. So, okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. We were saying this was gonna be a nice press for white. Somehow, something went a little bit wrong, and white is, got into some trouble. Okay, I'm not sure this was the best at all. But, okay, white still... And then he just hangs this, and bishop... Wow, I don't know what's going on. I think black could have actually taken here, right? King d6, king e3, and king d5. King d3. I think this should have been okay for black, at least. Maybe more. I don't think white should allow black to take this knight, because then he could be in danger. Okay, knight e5, king d5. Already it seems like black is kind of taking over. Knight h4, that can't be right. Bishop e4, just dominating this knight. Now the black king is going to come in, and black is going to win this game. Another turnaround. This is epic. Oh, and Kevin has played exactly as, as I expected. Oh, bishop c4, not even allowing rook takes d1. Yeah, but king f2 still. I guess you might have to go back to b3, and then... Okay, king e2. I guess you could play a4. I mean, that endgame is to be winning, right? What? Okay, I'm a bit confused by his last few moves. Feels like he could have done things a bit easier. I guess white plays king f2. White shouldn't be trying to press 2 up for a win, because black always has some resources. King f2. But if black overpresses, white could win this. So black has to be careful as well. I guess it should be okay with a draw. Okay, rook takes a5, there's rook h2. Okay, now rook h2. Yeah, and rook a5. It's not so easy to protect this pawn on c2, actually. And there's no... I thought there might be some mating ideas, but no, the king always has d4, so... Actually, this is looking like white is fully back in the game. Rook takes a5. If black's not careful, white's gonna get that pawn on c2, and it's gonna be in big trouble. Wait, king d3? King d3, rook f2. Okay, it's not so easy yet. Maybe we play rook a3, and use the rook to just defend that pawn. Maybe that's an easy way to do it. Yeah, rook f2, of course. Now king e3 is going to protect that pawn. You can't play rook c2, obviously. And because, you don't want to give up that f3 pawn. The pawn on c2 is dead. What? King d4, I guess. And he just tries to play this position. But I feel like this one... Yeah, I feel like black is already quite okay here. Can even try to, resume his winning attempts. Or maybe he should be a bit careful because rook a7 is coming. Oh, actually it's fine because g7 is protecting. He can play h5. Rook a7 and just move the bishop away. This feels a bit strange. Now rook a7. The bishop is forced... Yeah, I guess you got rook a7. The bishop is forced to h5 or something. It feels a bit strange. e5, I'm not sure about this. I'm really not sure. Rook g5, rook e7, I guess. No, I don't think white should lose this, but... You never know. Kevin's a good flagger, so he could, make some magic happen. And we have seen more magical things happen today, especially in Ken Guan's game. After that, I really cannot want to make any predictions anymore. Because, if there was one game where it was like white couldn't win, it would be that one, and then white won it. So, yeah. Okay. Guess Kevin's gonna move his bishop around. At some point, he'll try to play h5, king h6. That would be his idea. But he has to watch out because h5, rook g5 now. So, okay, gives a check on d1. Yeah, the king comes to like f4 and g3, something like that. Kevin's trying to stop that. King e2? No, it's just... Wait. King e2, rook f4, king e3, rook f1. Okay, it's a... I mean, black... White has a draw if he wants to, but let's see more. I don't think he has. Ooh. Is that a bit much, rook e3? Rook h1, rook g3, by the way. I think Kevin is starting to overpress this. I think he is completely overpressed, actually. Rook g3. He's totally overpressed this. King e3. Now rook g7 is coming up. I think Kevin might lose this. I think he has to play bishop f5 and try to stop like rook h7 or something. Ooh. Just runs with his king. Okay, rook g7, of course. This is actually very interesting. Oh, it takes the other rook, really? No, I don't like that. Bishop f5, I guess. No, bishop f5. No, bishop f5 is fine. Rook f3, king g8. I'm just trying to get my king up. So rook h8, king f7, something like that. Yeah, it does that. And if rook a7, I can play just rook e. Yeah. Oh, king g8. This was also good. I like what he's trying to do. He's just trying to exchange the rooks, and then he's gonna put his king on. Hey, he's gonna put his king in the right corner. His king is very close to the right corner. All he has to do is put his bishop here and like put his king on the right corner. Okay, this is good. Yeah. Okay, not e6 now, but I guess he can just bring his bishop. Yeah, it does that, and put his bishop on the right corner, something like this. Yeah, he can play bishop f7, rook a7, king g8. As long as Kevin doesn't hang his bishop, that should be fine. Why is he running this way? I don't understand. Like, this is a perfectly safe corner, yeah? This was, if anything, the right corner where he should be going to. I don't know why he's doing bringing his king this way. I guess it's still a draw, but why? Why would you bring on? Why did you do that? Like, the corner was already right. Why would you try to change it? I mean, it's possible he didn't know the right corner, but I mean, that would be unlikely. Surely Jimmy would have taught him about it. Okay, I guess now it's time to bring your king back to the right corner. Oh, he plays bishop g8. I mean, it still should be a draw. But... yeah. Okay, now what's getting rook g7? He's gonna play king f6. Okay, king f7. This is a good idea. Now king g7, surely. Yeah. Right, now it's going to the right corner. Yes. Okay, he knows this, and it's gonna be a draw. Yes. The reason why this is a draw is because you can never play move like rook b8. Well, you can, but it's just gonna be stalemate. You won't be able to win this. And if you do this, just bishop moves, yeah? And rook h7, just king g8. Nothing. This is a famous draw. It's been known for centuries at this point. Very, very, very famous draw. Yeah. Yep, just a quick reminder. The break has been cancelled because I don't know how to change it. I believe I had to do it before the start of this tournament, which I didn't. Yeah. My apologies. I just say I'm just starting out organizing tournaments, so yeah, some things still have to be smoothed out, I agree. Yeah. But next time I'll be able to set the break, so it shouldn't be an issue. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be a draw. The only way Black loses this is if he sort of blunders his bishop somehow. I would go to other games, but I don't think there are any other games, so we'll stick with this one until the end. Yeah, surely there aren't any. There's actually another interesting one. Wow. I didn't realize this, but there's another interesting game here. Whoa, rook a4 mate is threatened. So you have to give check now and just give another check. But then the king runs to c7. And then you play rook c8 check. You have to trade the rooks, I guess. Yeah, you can't really avoid the rook trade. Now maybe you could. You can play rook d8 and this, but I don't think it made a difference. You'd have to trade in any case. Okay, it's just this. This is like the same thing, but it's an even more drawn version because the bishop is just well protected. So, yeah, but this is just also a draw. It's a very easy draw. We are really just waiting for the 50 move rule to kick in, which on Lee Chance will kick in automatically after 50 moves. The game will be stopped automatically. So, yeah, there's no way to make progress, obviously. Yeah, here also there's no way. You can try something like rook d6. Try to put black in zugzwang, but again, the thing is the black king just goes to the corner, the safe corner, and at some point just give up this pawn on a6, and it's gonna be a draw. Or I could just like keep this king in the center, something like that. Because it'll be hard to chase. It'll be a bit harder to win this because the bishop is actually well protected, so there's no way to hit the bishop, which is a necessary winning tactic in a lot of lines. So yeah, it should be a very safe setup. Because the king can never get to c6. Although I would say the black king is in the wrong corner, so here actually there could be some hope. I don't think, yeah, it's not going anywhere. So maybe this might present more chances. I don't see how still. If you play the king to b6, the king is going to run to c8. If you play rook c7, then we can never get the king this way. That's the issue. Maybe that's the thing we need to do, yeah? Actually, we can, right? Because the black is in a bit of zugzwang. So if he moves the bishop, we can try to get the king to c6 like that. And this could be dangerous. This is actually dangerous. So bishop a4 is probably a very good idea. Bishop a4 is actually a good idea. Because the plan is that, yeah, we want to control c6 so the king can't go there. And now this is correct. Whenever the king goes to b6, the king runs to c8. There's no way. So this has been a draw already. It's no surprise there. But I also think this is going to be a draw. I don't see how black can even try to make progress. I mean white, sorry. I don't see how white can even try to make progress. So yeah, this should be a pretty easy draw at this point. It's just nothing to do. Yeah. Yeah, there's not much you can do at this point. Okay, finally, we have a draw. Okay, fair result, I guess. By the way, I just realized I've not been registered as being streaming, so let's force online check. Hopefully that forces the stream on the Lee Chess page, because that helps certainly to drive traffic. Okay, so the next round will be starting. Well, it started already. Yeah, hopefully we won't see any forfeits. I have just a quick update. Yeah, there's no break, so the game's just starting right away. So if Hari against Harif, no pun intended. I don't know what pun. There was no pun there. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so the knight. Usually white plays something like 95 in these lines. It's an automatic. Okay. I mean, this is a playable line. Like, the height of the fashion of this was like 2019. Yeah, all the top players were playing this line every now and then. But it's sort of gone out of fashion because black has found a pretty convincing way to neutralize it. Usually it starts with this move h5. Because you don't want to allow white to push the pawn to h5 in these lines. And okay, my opinion, there's not much that white has in these type lines. But, okay, it is a playable position, and in blitz, really, that's all that matters. You want a playable position where you can try to play. Okay, so by the way, the standings are this, yeah, Harif, Ritesh, Hari, and Yogan, all on 5, and yeah, after that, we have got Kevin just half a point behind, and yeah, certainly everything to play for at this point. The highest tiebreaks are Harif and Ritesh, so well, let's look at Ritesh's game. Against Yogan. Okay, Ritesh is known for playing very solid lines, so Karo Khan is no surprise. Bishop g4, h3 takes e6. Very, very, very solid. It's actually a Carlsbad structure. a6, b5. Of course, minority attack is very standard in Carlsbad. Knight c4. Yeah, just a normal Carlsbad position. Not much else to say. I'm sure things will start to heat up later. Ooh, things are already heating up here, apparently. Knight e5, bishop d3. And instead of taking on d3, black took on e5. Wow. And this allowed bishop f5. And now we play knight c4. Okay. Wow. Actually, this might be good for who? I don't know, actually. I was going to say it's good for black, but then I realized actually I can drop the bishop back. And if knight takes b2, then queen b1. Okay, there's still queen b6 there. So, maybe this is still good for black. Wow, and then the knight comes back to c4. So maybe this is very good for black, after all. Knight c4 is a nice move. Yeah, now knight takes b2. I think black can be very happy with what it's got at this point. Jürgen, Ratch. Yeah, I guess you take with a b pawn. I find this quite surprising that white took on c4. It's almost like, yeah, I didn't know what to do exactly. This is starting to get a bit unpleasant here, because some of white's pieces aren't that well placed, but this is probably not the solution. What? Okay, what was wrong with b takes c4? I'm trying to think. Because b takes c4 looks so good. Why did he take on f4? He could have like dropped his bishop back. You could have just played bishop d3, right? And I think white is actually doing well. Like, if I know black's gonna play bishop f4, I'm taking on c4 any day. I'm getting rid of this nice knight, and I come back. I think I have no problems here as white. Now, white has a lot of problems with rook b8 coming on. So, I think Ritesh is gonna win this, actually. He's gonna play rook b8. He's just gonna double on the b file. And white needs to create something real quick, but I don't know how he's supposed to do that. Maybe something like queen h4 and just jam the f-pawn and hope for the best. Something like that. I don't know. Seems a bit dodgy. Okay, so Jürgen took that pawn on b2, obviously. It's just a pawn. I probably would have been more inclined to just play b6, but okay, it's fair enough. It is a pawn, after all. There's some small compensation, yeah. Knight f6, knight g5, something like that. But a pawn is a pawn, as I always say. And as of now, we're struggling to find serious compensation for this pawn. Okay, let's look at... Yeah, I'm wondering if there are any other games. Knight g5, yeah? Don't see anything too special about this. 1 second. Wow, b4. Okay, black has to take en passant, there's no question. Black cannot leave the pawn like that. Rook b3, of course, and then maybe he just plays something like rook c4, or rook c6. It's queen a5. Also, very much a good move. And then later we just play rook c6 and double, yeah? And that looks very strong. Or rook c4, maybe even better. Because that allows some rook a4 ideas. Because sometimes it's not enough just to hit c3. You need to hit this a pawn as well. And, you know, makes white's life difficult. Because then it'll be hard for him to defend both pawns. So yeah, we'll see. Okay. Here we have Ryangin, and he's again down to like his last seconds. So it's amazing how this happens in every single game. Queen f3. Okay, white's putting some pressure. At the same time, okay, say queen e6. Next with knight c6. I mean, white needs to show that he has something. At the same time, it's black. You can't spend too much time. You have to just go. Because if you spend too much time, it's actually quite easy for you to get flagged. So you don't want to give your opponent that opportunity. Yeah, knight c6 comes next, I guess. Yeah. I mean, it's all about whether white can show something right now. If white can get some sort of nasty tactic to work, then he's going to win. But if not, then black's going to develop, and I mean, bishop e3 is definitely not the best way to continue. I think white should have done something like rook e1. I wouldn't be worried about this pawn at all, because now I think black just plays knight c6, trades this knight on e5, and then it's just an extra pawn for black, and I think this is going to be good for black. But the issue is, can black win in time? f6 is another good move, actually. Maybe even better, because knight g4, h5, it just traps the knight. Okay, that's 1 minute. Should be enough. That should be enough. Here, yeah, black is really, really pressing at this point. Okay, now we need to find a way to make more progress. It's not the easiest way to find. It's not the easiest to find a way to make more progress. I would think of playing with like h5, just to try to kick this knight with h4. And if h4, then it gives me the g4 square for my knight at some point. Not that we can use it now, but just a nice concession that I like to force. Okay, white plays knight e2, protecting this pawn. Again, h5 is an idea. We can also play knight e4 now. That's a logical move, and it's what he does. I think it's quite clear who is pressing in this game. Let's see, let's check out how Kevin is doing, actually. Oh, he's already won. Okay. So he's starting to put the pressure on. Lan has lost his previous game, and he's starting to win again. So let's see. Everything is just heating up at this point. Looking like it's going to be a tight race for first. Let's see, any games that we haven't looked at yet? I don't think so. Just these guys. We haven't seen Kishore. The Kishore against Smurf is just winning. That's an extra piece, as I can see. Nothing to see here. So I guess the interesting games are just these, right? Oh, it's heating up. Rook b7 is played. Okay. Now we're talking. Now we're really talking. I guess black should play something like queen a5 and sort of force the rook back to defend that pawn. At least I believe it's forced back to protect that pawn, because otherwise I can play knight c3, and I think I'm just much faster here. So yeah, I have to go rook b3, and then we'll decide how to continue. Maybe we can play. Ooh, it goes to b4. Wow. Wow. It seems to work. That's nice. So yeah, it's not a nice thing to see as black. But okay, a ways to continue. It's just, yeah, I was gonna suggest a move like this. Knight d6. The idea is to put a knight on b5, and at least it closes the b file. If white takes on c4, we're ready to take back with a knight. So that should be, you know, I mean, you're still putting the pressure on. Plus, white is actually really low on the clock. It's only got 14 seconds. It's like rook d6. Wait, is that knight b5? Knight b5 looks really strong, right? Because the rook is also attacked. Once the rook moves, then c3 is hanging. So, okay. I think black is really starting to take over here. Unless I'm missing something. But I don't see what I'm missing. Yeah. This looks pretty dead. Black's gonna chop on c3. Yeah, I can just chop safely on c3. There's nothing white can do. White will have to take. Black takes the rook. We all know how that one is going to end. Okay, let's look at this game, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah. Queen g4. Queen takes d1. Okay, that was nice. But okay, black was up a lot of material. It was up a piece, so it wasn't close. He was gonna win in any case. As is black in this game, he's probably gonna win this side. Win this one too. Okay, queen c1 check, queen f4, rook c1. That's easy. Very easy. Okay, so the leaderboard is mostly clear. There's still one more game pending, which is gonna decide everything. And whoa. Okay, so black is 2 pawns up, but both sides are down to 20 seconds, so obviously black big favorite to win, but you know, can he hold his nerves? That's the question. If he can, this would be a pretty big win. But it's taken another pawn. It's like 4 pawns up at this point. This must be a win, but rook e4 is winning on the spot. Ooh, we're starting to see some nerves here, but this is easy as well. Yeah, it's actually pretty easy as well. It's 4 pawns up in the end game. Yeah, I don't think I need to say anymore. Just rook c8, put a rook on c2. Just rook c7, why do you even give that? Then you slowly push the stuff on the king side. It's not like you can do anything. Just g5, king g6. e5. Yeah, it's also good. Yeah, let's push e4 f5. It's too much. It's just too much. Not anything you can do. Just e4. Too easy. Way too easy. By the way, did someone get banned? I just realized. Maybe someone got banned from the tournament. That would be epic. Yeah, this is just too easy. Rook comes down to c2. Dead. Totally dead. Cause I thought, yeah, I thought I think Jorgen Raj lost his first game, right? So what happened? I guess his opponent got banned or something. Wow, opponent just got banned. Yeah, it's epic. Yeah. Not gonna draw any conclusions here, but I did say some of the wins were at least a little bit suspicious. Right, is this a perpetual? This one is epic. Cause like black was a piece up for nothing and now he's like forced to give a perpetual. How did that happen? Wow, this is crazy. Wow, and actually white was a piece up. Why was the whole queen up? And yeah, all you had to play was queen c8, but yeah, I ran into some sort of special. That's unfortunate. Oh well, these things happen. And yeah, of course black won this game, man. Yeah, I guess that makes the leaderboard clear at this point. There are still some games going on. J Master against Ian Poe. Ian Poe is defending this position. Gonna play bishop d4 and go back to b6, I guess. Just trying to wait. Obviously, I think white should be winning with correct play, but not obviously, but I think white should be winning with correct play. But it's not gonna be easy. It's really not gonna be easy. I guess now you play rook g8 and go for this endgame. But then, okay, it's not so easy to win still, because these pawns are... Yeah, it's a question. Do you actually go for the endgame? Tough choices. Very tough choice. Goes back to f3. It also makes sense. Okay, rook g8 is threatened, so the king has to move, I guess. He can't lose on time. Definitely can't lose on time. Your king g7. Yeah, okay. Where's the rook g3? Rook g3! It's gonna flag! Rook g3 and it was already equal. Oh no. That was bad. Oh no. That's unfortunate. And with increment as well. It's just unfortunate. This one is... Yeah, it's just gonna draw, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, black's a pawn up, but there's no way for him to get his king in. So it's an easy draw. Alright. Let's see. 4 seconds to the next round. By the way, there are 2 players on full points, Ritesh and Hari. So this is gonna be the game that decides the leaders. Or if it's a draw, that would allow Kevin to catch up with them. Now that would be huge, because if Kevin catches up, then yeah, then it all come down to the last round. Well, in any case, it's all gonna come down to the last round. Even if a player, one of these guys wins, he's gonna play Kevin, and well, it's gonna be a case where, well, I guess we can discuss that if we get to that. Knight f6, very solid. Ritesh is obviously very solid. We already knew this. Knight takes e4. Yeah. It's just a very, very solid line for black. Knight e5. Okay, e6, yeah. Super solid. Yeah. b5, interesting. Bishop b3, of course, yeah. Yeah, I guess black will be trying to play c5 at some point. So play a6 and try to get c5. That would be the way he solves this issue of this. Wait, is there knight? There's not when knight f7, king f7, queen e6, king g6. Maybe there wasn't anything. Yeah. Queen f7. I don't know. That actually looked quite tempting. I would at least spend some time looking at that, I would say. But Hari is determined to play very, very solidly. He's a very solid player. He's going to play d4, I guess. That's why he played c3. And then he's going to castle. Very solid. But he's spending time. Maybe he's looking at knight f7 again. King takes f7, queen e6, king g6. That much is forced. Bishop c2 check looks interesting, actually. Because the idea is that I'd like to force the king to either h6 or g5, because then I can play d4 check. That means that, is that so bad? Let's say bishop c2, king h6, d4 check, g5. Okay, h4 is bad, I agree, okay. So maybe this is just really, really bad for white. And he's pausing, so he might go for this. I mean, it looks really, really strong. I think black should have taken some measures against this. Maybe it wasn't right to put the bishop on b7 too early. It's one of the things you have to watch out in the... Yeah, in the Caro-Kann. It's a very, very standard idea in the Caro-Kann. King g6, bishop c2. Just did, yeah? Sorry? Yeah, he looks just dead. If king h5, I'm going to play queen h3 and king g5, d4 checkmate. So the only way to continue is put the king on h6. But then just d4, yeah? And g5, h4 is... Ugh. Ugh. That is done. That is so done. H takes g5 double check, g takes f6 follows. It's over. Just over. I guess we're looking at a very convincing win here for white. Yeah, queen h3 check. No, knight h5 actually, so it's not so easy. Oh, d4, d4 of course. That's the reason why king h6 wasn't that good. d4 and then just h4. And that's over. It's h4 now. Of course he sees it. Hari is a very strong player. Of course he's gonna see this idea. I mean, strong player. Maybe a bit of a stretch, but he's a very decent player. He's very hard to beat in Rapid. I played him as well. So, yeah. I mean, I shouldn't say strong player, because, you know, that is subjective. What is a strong player? It sort of... Yeah, it depends, you know. It varies from person to person. Some people might say, oh, it's strong. Some people might say, oh, it's not so strong. So, queen e7, hg, hgf was over, yeah. Painful. Very painful. And then bishop h6 at the end. You can almost like, you can literally just pre-move this. GF and bishop h6. You can pre-move it. And that's over. We'll just stick around to see the end of the game because it's gonna end in like next few seconds, and we're gonna see resignation now. There's no way to continue at all. Oh, he's still trying to play on, but yeah, king. Okay, now he resigns. Okay, so the leader will be Hari. So in order to have a chance of winning the tournament, Kevin is gonna have to win, and then he's gonna have to win the last round as well. Otherwise, yeah, we have a champion. And he is, wow, he's going for it. He's really going for it. Wow. Queen f6, he wants queen g3, yeah? This looks like a big attack. Massive attack. Maybe black has to play queen f4 and try to grow there, but it looks terrible. It looks really bad. Maybe that's his best chance. So takes, bishop e5, f6 takes, and e5. Something like that. Because otherwise it just looks it looks so bad. So the only chance is to just give it back. I think that's what he's gonna do. Yogan is also a pretty strong player, by the way, so again, I should stop using that word. I know, subjective. But in my opinion, he's pretty strong. Okay, he did find queen f4. What's gonna take, obviously. Oh, it can take e5 as well, I just realized. Maybe that would be a better idea, because at least you don't allow f6, e5, which, I don't know, it feels like then black gets d4. It's not so easy. Yeah, okay, so black has got, yeah, a rook and a pawn for like white's bishop and knight. Now, why is the two bishops? But okay, now e5 and d4, I guess. Black needs to try to get his own trumps, otherwise it will be a very easy play for white. And okay, it's starting to heat up, and black has to do it fast, because I know Calvin, he'll flag you. If you're not fast enough, he's gonna flag you. It's totally flagging you. Ooh. That's actually a nasty move. Forcing e4. It's very nasty. And now white's got a full blockade. Yeah, I didn't see that idea, but it's a very good one. Black can even try to put his bishop on d4. He can bring his knight back and blockade it. It's very strong. Yeah. King f7. Yeah, he plays bishop e3. Hey, if rook g8, I guess knight d5. First, we won't put the bishop on d4 because that will allow rook g8. But just to keep the bishop on e3, stopping d4 ideas. Okay, so now he's thinking about trying to exploit this pawn on c2. Something like b5. Okay, bishop d4. Bishop d4, I'm not sure, because maybe is there rook g8? I guess white wants rook f1, yeah? Yeah, that looks strong, I agree. King g6. So there's to meet rook f1 and rook f8. Makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. King f2. Rook f8. Okay, so f5 maybe is a threat. Black is not making things easy. So one thing that Jorgen does very well is he defends. He defends well. And I think that's a common thing among all the kids nowadays. You can get good positions against them, but actually winning is not that easy. Because they're going to defend very well. The level of defense has gone up a lot in recent years. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. The rook f4, it probably just goes back king g5. f6. I was thinking is there d4, but I guess just king takes d4. There's nothing there. Wow. King g3. Ooh. You know, that's a very interesting idea. I like that idea, actually. You probably have to go for it. Maybe white just plays bishop h1, and now, okay, bishop could come back to e5 at some point. Knight e2 ideas. It's very risky. Okay, first plays a6. Knight e2. So it's forcing the king back. I guess now it's the c3, yeah? Okay, c3, maybe rook c6. We have to be careful. Maybe knight d4 is the way to go. So that stops rook c6. Maybe that's what white has to do. c3, rook c6. He plays king h5. Rook c6, rook f4, king h5. I didn't really get that. Okay, I guess at the end you can play bishop d4. He's almost getting mated. Rook f2 was... No, rook f2, rook f6. Better not hang the bishop. That's why you shouldn't listen to my suggestions. You could hang a piece in one move. Bishop g2. Okay. Give a check, he goes to g5. Rook h5, king g4. Bishop h3, king g3, knight e2. That's mate, right? King h2, bishop f1. So rook h1 is false mate, yeah? Rook h1, king g5, rook h5, king g4, bishop h3, king g3, knight e2. King h2, bishop f1 mate. And that's what he's going for, king g4, bishop h3. He's calculated it all the way. King h2, bishop f1 mate. Fantastic. So, Kevin has, by winning this game on demand, is now half a point behind Hari. So if he wins the next game, he's going to... Yeah, he's going to win the tournament. So there's not going to be any tie breaks involved. Basically, no matter what, there's going to be a winner by at least half a point. Depending on the result of the game between Kevin and Hari. Because the rest just can't catch them. So somebody's going to end up with 7.5 or more. But still, there is a big fight for the other prizes. We also have other attractive prizes besides first place. Although maybe not as glamorous, but still quite attractive. Knight takes c4. c5. Okay, this position is interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So white's like... Yeah, white's a pawn up, but black... Yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say black has more active pieces, but he actually isn't developed either. So, okay, if white plays this correctly, he can be actually more developed and better. Sorry, castles. It makes sense. I was thinking I'll move like bishop g5, bishop b5, put pressure that way. We can do that now, I guess. Rook d7, rook d7. There we go, of course. We do have to watch out for bishop g5 ideas, but I guess we can just play rook g1 and try to get this pawn. Seems like an idea. Rook d1. And castles, I guess. What else? It's dodgy, but it's not over yet. Bishop b5, that's a great idea. He wants to take on c6 and take e7. Yeah, the pressure is on now. Ooh! Rook takes, knight takes b5, rook dd7. What? Wow, that's a fantastic shot. I didn't see that either. Wow. Such an easy move to miss. Oh, so tricky. This Harif guy is just such a tricky player. Hex, knight takes d6. Queen d8. Okay, I think white is still better. White is still better for sure, but it's not that easy anymore. Queen e5, I guess. Queen g5, f4. So that's not an issue. Just f4. Queen h5, I can push. Just push. Knight takes, I think, is forced. And I'll just take queen takes, because you don't have rook f7 because of bishop e6. Okay, so now I think you can just... Oh, yeah, you can just take f5, even better. Queen e2, and now we can play like queen e6. Yeah, that's it. Very clean. Bishop takes... Oh, he plays knight takes. Good luck stopping that pawn. Just queen it. Takes, and then just go for... Yeah, just go for the c... Just go back with the knight, I guess. Oh, what? No, this is even better for us. We just drop the bishop back. Oh. Even better, actually, this square. f5, okay. Yeah, this is easy. Just take it. And then go king b2 after that. Of course he does that. King b3, king b4, push pawn, and win. Rook d4, d7. Yeah, this is very clean. Not gonna give any chances here. Let's see if there are any other games, because this one is only going one way. Should be quite a lot of interesting games, I reckon. This one looks like just a draw, yeah. What? Why didn't they play knight a2? Why did he do this? Okay, now he's lost. Any other interesting games? Let's see. Okay, we have Black Magician who, after showing some real magic, well, he's winning again against a4, a5 chess. Pawn just pushes. Push pawn and win, right? Oh no, rook g3 and rook g3 f5. f5 now? I thought I'd push the pawn first, then rook g3 I play f5 there. Seems more accurate, but I don't know why he... Okay, now it... Yeah, now it defends against queen g6, rook g3. Not push the pawn, just push. That's how chess should be played, just push the pawn. Yeah, that's over. Pawns, queens. Interesting, he gave back the pawn, but now it's actually a very easy win, because even though it is these pawns, the problem is that the black king is just cut. Black king is cut so much that there's nothing you can even do at this point. So, yeah. Push. And wins. It's gonna take some time, but it's gonna be an easy win. Bishop f7, what is that? Okay, it's over. Let's see if there's anything else that's interesting. No, it's just these two games. So yeah. Only this game. The other game is just a queen up. It's too easy. Yeah, this one is just a queen up. There's nothing. Yeah, queen g6, rook g8, whatever you want to do. Just rook g8 even. Okay, it does that. Yeah, that's pretty easy. That is very easy, actually. Very easy. Almost too easy. This game is also gonna be very easy. Just c6. We all know how to win this. Okay. Somehow, the opponents are not resigning, but... And an extra queen as well. Okay. That's over. Just push it. I guess black is just not resigning out of tilt. To be fair, if it was black, I might be a bit tilted as well. No, rook b6, push pawn to queen. It's just too easy. You don't even get the rook for it, because rook c4, rook c6. You don't even get the... You don't even get the pawn for the rook. Okay, so last round. Everything to play for. So we'll be focusing obviously on the game between Hari and Kevin. But we're looking at some very interesting fights for second place as well. There's a big tie for... big fight for third place. There's a big tie for third at this point. And obviously all eyes are on this game. Seriously. Yeah, he's gone for the most boring line. By the way, Hari was in a very similar position in our previous tournament. He was also leading by half a point, but in the last round he lost to Nelson Villanueva, and then Nelson took first. So let's see if Hari can do better this time. Now the good news for him is that he is assured of at least second place, because he's got the highest tiebreak by far. So even if he somehow loses this game, which is possible, obviously his opponent is pretty strong, it's Kevin, but even if he somehow loses this game, he'll get second place. So that's a nice thing to have in the bag. Of course, aside from the fact that knowing a draw is good enough and it's a solid line. But the bishop wouldn't be too interesting. So that signifies to me that at some point he wants to play, well, he did do it, in fact he wants to play c4, I was about to say. Knight f8, queen c2, rook e1. Very harmonious development. I like what he's doing this game. He's playing a system that he feels comfortable playing and where he can make the moves quickly. Also, another reason to like queen c2 is it deals with this knight g6 ideas. Which is always nice if you make a move that deals with your opponent's ideas. He plays knight e5, which is also dealing with this knight g6 idea. Yeah. Fair enough. I like what White is doing here. I like what Hari is doing. He knows a draw is good enough, so he just plays a position where his plans are very easy. Yeah, where he knows how he's gonna put his pieces. He knows the way of playing. It's a good strategy. So yeah, just queen c2 rook a1. The key is that it's not to spend too much time. You could also put your queen on f3, by the way. Doesn't really matter too much. The key is you shouldn't spend too much time in these situations, because Kevin is a very good blitz player, so what you don't want to do is to get too far down on the clock, and then he could just like flag you. Ooh, he plays f4. I mean, he won't flag you, but with 3 seconds is not a lot of time, so, you know, it's very easy to make a mistake if you're just playing on the increment. So something to avoid. And now Kevin is trying to mix things up. Makes a lot of sense because he needs to win. At the same time, he's opening up these bishops, so it's a risky decision. But certainly one that he has to do, I guess. After all, he needs to win this game. And also, yeah, with the pawn on f4, opening up this diagonal would be actually pretty nice for this bishop. Like, there could, in some cases, be knight g4 ideas. Not now, obviously, but if the knight moves away, like this knight on e5 moves away, there could be knight g4 ideas. So, yeah. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. So Harry's thinking at this. So at this point, maybe we'll switch over to another game. So we have Royang, who surprisingly is very much in the hunt for. Whoa, what's going on? Oh, that was his previous game, right? But he already won. Okay, so this is his game right now, which is okay. It's this line. I believe it's the exchange Slav. I'm not surprised that Ritesh is playing the exchange Slav. It feels like it would suit his style to play the exchange Slav, but he's playing a very unambitious line. He's playing like this. It's yeah, I don't know. Not a big fan of how he's been playing so far. Yeah, now the knight comes back out, I guess, something like that. Oh no. It's obviously very solid for white, and for black as well. The game goes on, and here it's heating up already. f5. Wow. This is extremely principled play. Knight d7. The way he's placed his pieces very, very actively in the center. At the same time, there is some risk of overextending. That's really what's biggest risk in a lot of these type of problems. In this type of positions, sorry. Is that his pieces could be overextended, and that, you know, that would create some holes in his position which could be exploited. Okay, so the knight on e5 is attacked, so I need to do something about it. He could play rook e1, that would be a way of just maintaining a lot of tension in the position. Or he could play knight takes d7, which would allow black to activate this bishop on d7. There's also a possibility. Actually, knight takes d7 looks interesting, because what I'm thinking is, I can take on d7 and play something like c5. Because I'm a bit worried, because a lot of my pieces are on the c file. Are on the d file, sorry. So I'm worried that I run into some tactic here. So I want to close the d file. I want to play c5. And I'm going to say you have an isolated pawn that's nice for me. And I've got a nice queen side majority. So I'll play c5. And I'll play b4. This is a very different approach now. He is actively trying to exploit all the pieces on the d file. He's saying that black's pieces are actually quite loose. Is that true? Well, it remains to be seen, because bishop g7 doesn't quite work. Yeah, it's going to be bishop c6. Here also there's bishop c6. A key idea is that you can't really take on g7, which is a very tempting idea, because after king takes g7, queen takes d5, you don't win a pawn, you lose your queen, bishop h2 check. So you don't want to do that, that's for sure. And otherwise, I feel like black's pieces are starting to get to decent squares. Now, not to say that black is better or anything, but I feel like the game is turning slightly in black's favor, and the fact that Harry is spending so much time, to me it looks like Harry's not confident in his position. And if I was Kevin, I would be very, very happy to see that. Because when your opponent's not confident, you know, they're gonna be hesitant, and they're gonna spend even more time, and they'll be afraid to commit to a certain plan. That really helps you to play for a win. So yeah, it's already given Kevin the 2 bishops. This is nice. This is very nice. We already mentioned why bishop g7 doesn't work if we lose the queen. So, okay, but now we need to find a way to make progress. If I play bishop c6, I guess you play rook d1. Maybe I don't need to drop the bishop back just yet. But the issue is that if I move my queen, then you could play bishop g7 now. So it takes an f3. This is interesting. Oh, is there bishop e5 or something? No, there's rook d3. There's rook d3. It's still under control. Now there's still rook d3. Okay, it's rook d1, even better. It's not even better. Oh, it is. It is okay. Sure, rook f1. There's still a way to save. This is amazing. Thought it was over, but these players, they're really, they're really showing their resourcefulness. And queen a5, still keeping the attack on a2. Maybe now we play something like queen e4, queen d5, maybe queen d5, and then queen a2 after queen b7. Didn't do that, you play f6. Okay, this also makes a lot of sense. It's a very aggressive approach, obviously. Wow. I mean, I could play queen f5 and queen f6, but do I have winning chances there after rook d7? I don't think so. So Kevin is going all in. He's letting white take on g7. He's giving him queen g4 ideas. He's saying, okay, do your worst. Do your worst. I mean, yeah, going all out for the win here. And Harry doesn't have much time, so giving him a lot of choices. g6, I guess. Oh, that is a nasty move. That is a nasty shot. That is really nasty. Okay, now Kevin's gonna win this. This is just tragic for Harry. So 2 tournaments in a row. 2 ChessFM tournaments. Yeah, he's fallen just short at the last hurdle. But such is life. And the good thing about these young players is that they bounce back very quickly. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Harry ends up taking the next tournament. After all, he's come really close twice already. But he's not going to be taking this one. But I say that. Wait, rook e8? King h7? Yeah. Queen f7. It's not over yet. Suddenly, Kevin has allowed the same rook e8 tactic, which he did just now. And it's not so simple anymore. Because if you play... Can you actually go for this pawn? I think he could have. Because queen f5, king g8, and you block on g8. So I guess he could have done that. Okay. Still, I think Kevin has very good winning chances. Very, very good winning chances. Can he actually win, though, is the question. I think you can actually go and take the pawn now. Yeah, you can actually take the pawn, because queen f8, just queen g8. Yeah, or queen c8, queen g8. Okay, but still queen b7, yeah? Queen g8, queen b7. How easy is that to win? Okay, maybe it's really easy, just queen e6. Because you stop all the checks. Everything is protected. Now queen b8 check and push the pawn. This is just too easy. It's too easy. Pawn just queens. Just b4. Queen b3, a4. Queen takes b3, queen a1, b2, queen b1, and like queen a7, queen a1. Oh, really? Wait, a3, queen b5, a2, queen e8. Not so simple still. Whoa, it's queen f8, king h7, queen f5, king g8, check, king f7. How is that? He's got to decide. He has to go for it, I think. Oh no, but just g6. G6. That's the problem. Yeah, a2. Queen a1, and just push. Just push this pawn to b2. And it's over. So close. So close, but so far. Let's try his last chance, but yeah, it's not gonna work. Queen. It's over. It's playing on. It's just playing on out of inertia, and finally resigns. So we have a champion. That's Kevin. Wow, and actually Lan has overtaken Harry. This is really tragic. It's a tragedy. Oh dear. So the fight becomes, well, for third, I guess, between Rayang and Ritesh. Winner will get third if they win. Again, Rayang is having a great position and no time. I don't know why he keeps doing this to himself. Why? Rayang, why do you do this to yourself? I don't understand. Yeah. I like Black's position. I don't like his time. Funny that. Funny that I have the same comment in like literally all of his games. Yeah, retention is taking some time though, so the more he thinks, when things start to even up, it will be better and better for Rayon. He should play normal moves, just move his bishop or something. Shouldn't think too much. You can't think too much, man. So low on the clock. Okay, retouch is okay for draw. And it seems Rayon is okay for draw as well. Maybe retouch will play on. Because draw gives him nothing. So he's gotta at least try in his opponent's time trouble. And he does. Okay, Rayon just needs to play fast. Yeah, he plays King F8, that's good. It's a good move and he played it quickly. That's good. King A7. I don't understand where the knight is going. And so, yeah, you shouldn't think too much. Knight F4. I guess you should just move the bishop back. Yep. Rayon actually plays very well in time trouble, so maybe that's why he doesn't have any incentive to change his habits. He plays Queen C2. Ooh, this is a huge shot. It's a massive shot. Queen B1 would be interesting, but oh, now he doesn't want to trade queens. He just wants to go for the attack. I think White has to play... What? Whoa, is there like some Knight G3 or something? Knight C3 maybe is just very strong. Knight D2, okay. That's very strong as well. Okay, you should take it and you play Queen B3 or something. Ooh, Queen B1. Pawn A3 is just dropping. A4, Bishop A2. Just Bishop C2. You can't defend that pawn. So Rayon's gonna win this game. He's gonna take this pawn. The pawn is gonna queen. There's no way you can stop it. Two bishops just gonna escort this pawn all the way. Just Bishop B2, A4, A3, A2, A1. Not even close. Don't know why he doesn't just push it, but okay, he grabs another pawn. That's more than enough. Now it's time to push the pawn, surely. Bishop D2, I think? No, Knight C4. So you'd probably drop the bishop back, yeah? Yeah, okay, this is dead. Yeah, C3, yeah, C3, C2. It's over. Yeah, it's over. C2, pawn queens. So, Roy Young is going to finish third. It's amazing performance. It's just amazing. Yeah. It's gonna end up in a tie for second place. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, it's too much. I can't look, but I'd still like to see him win this game. Just the end of it. A2, A1, queen. Ritesh is just not playing on. He's just so tilted at this point. I would be tilted. I don't blame you. I would be so tilted. But such is chess. It's tilting. It's a very tilting game, chess. But what can you do? Just push the pawn, push the pawn, push the pawn. You could also play like H5 and F6. You wanted to make quickly. Oh, he is clinical, this guy. King G5, Queen G4. Queen H1, that's game. What a beast. So, wow, Rayon actually overtakes Lan. Finishes second, wow. Great performance. It's always nice shot when, one of the guys from my class actually does really well in a tournament. It feels good. Okay, any more games? So we have Rooms against Couch Potato. And this is gonna be a draw. Easy draw. Nothing else to do. Yeah, draw. Just draw. So is that the last game? Or are there many more? No, there aren't many more. That's just this one. This one's gonna take some time, actually. Queen g6 would be a draw, but he's not going to do it. He's gonna play Queen g2 check and try to play for a win here. And this will be the last game. And it's not important for the final standings directly, but it could affect tie breaks. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe this could affect some of the results as well. If any of them have played one of these guys, could affect the results. Obviously, it's the type of position where it's just a draw, but yeah, the thing is with the knight, all you have to do is make sure your king is further away from the knight, and then black can't do anything. If it's a queen and bishop, there are more chances. But for queen and knight, there's no real chances. Just make sure your king is not too close to the knight, and it can get unpinned or something. But yeah, at this point, it should just be an easy draw. I don't see how black can really do anything at this point. Obviously, he's going to try to play on his opponent's quite a bit lower rated, and he doesn't want to agree to a draw just yet. Not to mention that the king is actually keeping itself quite close to the knight, so it could get checked at some point. Like right now, I would probably start giving a check on e4, just to get my knight closer to the king, because that's the way you actually win. Get the knight close, and then try to get some fork somewhere. That is how black wins these start positions. Okay. It's getting a bit scary now, but I think it's still okay. King d4. Yeah, there's no real effective check at this point. There's nothing really. Maybe you just play knight f6 and just try it again. Definitely don't want to lose on time. That would be the worst way to end this game. I mean, this is the last game of this tournament, so I'm going to stick with it. And I think black is... He's been getting some chances. He has to play quickly. Just move his king. Queen d3, Queen d3. Queen d3 ends the game. No, he checked on the wrong square. What? I don't blame them. What can I say? White is a genius. White didn't play Queen d3 check because it would lead to a draw. Instead, she played Queen c2 because then black would flag and then white even wins. Genius move. It's beyond me. Even for me, I wouldn't think of that. It's a great idea. Just to try to keep the queens and like hope black flags. It's a great idea. Anyways, black to the tournament, and of course Kevin wins. Rui Yang is in second place. It's fantastic. Third place is Lan VCP from Indonesia, and fourth place is heartbreak for Hari. For the second tournament straight. Yeah, it's leading all the way, and then final round, just a heartbreak. But I'm sure he'll be back again next time, and I'm sure at some point he's gonna win one of these tournaments, and he's gonna do so convincingly. So, I mean, I don't feel too sorry for him because I know he's gonna be back with a vengeance, and he'll be back to take my money. So yeah. Congratulations to Kevin, congratulations to all the prize winners. You all did a fantastic job. And yeah, once again, thank you very much for supporting my tournament. Thank you all to everyone, really, all the players for joining and supporting this event. And also to the spectators for supporting my stream and getting me some watch hours, which will help me to monetize. So yeah, before we go, I just wanted to mention that I'll be streaming again tomorrow. This will be a sponsored stream by ECG, which is, it's an academy that I'm going to be teaching for. So freelance, not exactly an employee of them, but I'm offering my services to them twice a week. So yeah, if you want to play with me, then go and check out my stream tomorrow. It will be again on my channel, so you should be able to find it quite easily. In fact, I'll put the link below so you can see it, alright? So I hope you all enjoyed this tournament. Once again, I apologize if there were some things that weren't exactly the smoothest. It is only my second tournament that I organized, and it's the first time that I had so many entries in one day. On the last day alone, I think I got like 25 entries, so that was chaotic, and actually a few just like 5 minutes before the start of the tournament. So it was crazy, but yeah, I hope it was as interesting for you as it was for me. I know for some of you it wasn't so smooth. I apologize, and if you didn't manage to join, then send me a message and I'll refund your money, alright, as a sign of goodwill. So yeah, just to let you know, my next tournament is currently planned for the 8th of June. That will be my next tournament, and it will be to celebrate 1,000 subscribers. So the prize fund will be a bit bigger. Not a lot bigger, but a bit bigger. We're talking like maybe 600 ringgit prize fund with 150 for first. So yeah, be a bit more generous next time. So yeah, hope you guys will support me again for my next tournament, and hopefully I'll be able to straighten up some of the technical issues that I had this time. Again, apologies if you were affected. Alright, so I won't keep you any longer. Thank you very much for tuning into my stream. And yeah, if you like this stream, if you like my videos, then please like and subscribe so that you don't miss any of them. And I'll see you in my next stream, which will be tomorrow. Thank you, and bye.